What happened? Did you go off?
I don't know what happened. He went off. I think the room was getting too hot.
Oh, I see. Because I had to quickly do something.
I think the room was getting too hot.
So what was the last thing you guys said?
So we're talking about so someone asked the question that why is it that planners they run down vendors that they've never worked with before,
They do that a lot.
and we were saying that it was the same thing even with planners. When three planners go in for one job, chances are there is one planner out of the two bad mounting the other ones. And I was giving them an example that many many years ago it was the same thing. Planners will go to a client and be saying, "No, I do a better job. I do more high profile jobs. All those types of things
Yeah.
and everything." Before I said
But
the room was
it
getting
shouldn't be like that.
hottest.
It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't
I'm
run
It
each
back.
other
shouldn't.
down.
That's what Ronke was saying. That they should
Yeah.
say, Gbemi is coming, and she's like, "Oh, Gbemi Omega events, fantastic. This, that,
Fantastic.
that, that.
And
That's the
you
way
know,
it's supposed
that's
to
the
be."
way it should be. But we're also busy backbiting each other, tearing each other. And at the end of the day, it just boils down to lack of self-confidence and not knowing who you are and what you stand for. I
Yeah.
promise you, it's just a complex. I mean,
Yeah.
the event space is big enough for everybody. Come on. It's big enough for every. I always say, especially when I have a line I always say when I'm in a meeting and they're like, "Oh, do you know this person?" Or they mention a vendor that I've never heard of. I say, "Excuse me, there are 200 million people in Nigeria. 200 million people in Nigeria. You can't possibly know everybody." you
Mm.
know and if a client should suggest a vendor to a planner that you've never worked with, then you just do your
Exactly.
check, speak to them, interview them, find out what their service delivery is, find out what their code of conduct is, find out how they deliver their event. You don't have to run them down. I know as planners we all have our favorites,
Of course. Yeah.
and it's not as if we were intentionally biased about them. We're
Yeah.
not. Just a simple situation of a vendor who has worked with you severally, has come to understand how you work, has come to understand the standard that is required. When you blink, they know what you're saying. When you cough, they know what. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whenever you have the opportunity, you keep bringing these same vendors on, because I always like to say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You
Yeah.
know,
No, but
you you
somebody also gave your vendors that opportunity.
yes, somebody gave
Somebody
that
gave them
vendor
that
that
opportunity.
opportunity, and I totally I agree with that. But
Yes.
sometimes there's just some events that you have, and me personally, there's just some events that we have to deliver. Laziba has, and you just want to put your best foot forward. So you want to bring your best, especially with first time clients. You want to bring vendors that will deliver a top notch service. Not a vendor that, oh God, don't even get me started with vendors. Not a vendor that call up time is 8 o'clock. 8:13, but where are you? You
Third
should fall
mainland,
back
third
now.
mainland. They're always
You
on
should
third
fall back
mainland bridge.
now. You will see us who are there still in Egbeda somewhere. Do you understand? So even vendors need to make it easy for us planners. They'll
Yeah.
say, Latifa, you're always using this one. Just weddings. This is the vendor you're always, because put your mind at rest.
Yeah.
They give you peace of mind.
Yeah.
You give them a job to deliver for you, and they will deliver it seamlessly. I had an event a few weeks ago. We gave the dessert company, I'm not mentioning names, we gave the dessert company 2 p.m. call up time. Was it 2 p.m.? No, 12 p.m. because the event was starting at 1. So we told the dessert company to come at 12. The event was starting at. Do you know what time the dessert company turned up?
Five.
6 6:30.
But what
No,
time did you serve the desserts?
We served it. We had
It
to put.
doesn't matter, Molara. Don't
Wait,
forget they
hold
have
on,
to
wait
set
me.
up.
Remember, we
Listen,
spoken to vendors. Hold on.
Yes.
What time did
yeah.
you serve this?
Dessert was supposed to come up for 4. We had to keep pushing it forward because unfortunately they were the only dessert company. So
Okay,
we had to
because
bring out grill earlier.
why
We
I
had
asked
to
this
bring out.
question was
Mm,
vendors have complained bitterly that we tell them to come at 12 o'clock. What we need them for does not start till 8 p.m. That's why I
okay, so
asked this
Yes,
question.
Molara,
but
have
they
you
need to
thought
set
about the
up.
fact that if vendors would keep to timing and they were punctual. If I need you at 6, why will I tell you to come at 12? There are some vendors that we work with that their services are absolutely fantastic, but their timing is rubbish.
Yeah.
I will give them 12 o'clock. In fact, I'll give them 8 o'clock. And I tell them with full chest, just
Yeah.
come and sit down there.
And then they
Let me
even
know
have to set up. The
your
event is
hair.
going on. Do you want to be carrying
Is that
coolers
when you
and
want to be
carrying
carrying up
kidney all
and
over the
down?
place?
So it's I don't know, it's an all-round thing. It's every sector, it's every person, vendor, planner, everybody has their role to play.
Someone
Every
said
single
you can
person.
as well try some vendors too to build relationships, just as you did with the almighty vendors. Not all vendors are almighty. That's
Almighty.
number one. Not
No,
all
no,
vendors are
almighty vendor.
almighty.
No,
Also,
no.
we need to know you. Do you understand? For example, there are some brands that are on this live that I've never heard of. So
Mm,
I cannot give you a chance because I don't know you. Do you get what I mean? Some people market and they market well. Some people we see at events that are not ours. When I go for
mm.
events, my friends, they know me. I want to taste
Yeah,
everything. Not because I'm
everything.
greedy, but it's just because, oh, I don't know this person. Let me try their stuff and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And to be
totally.
honest, some of you vendors, your things are not good. Let's just put it out there. Your things are not good. Your presentation is not good. Your waiters are not good. So let's just put it out there and let's not pretend. Some of you are
Don't
good and
don't even start
undiscovered.
talking
Then
about
you
Do you
have to,
waiters.
understand?
as a vendor, you have to be out there. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
How did I meet Happy Hour? Who has become my sister today? She called me years ago and she came to my office. I said, oh, I do cocktail. I'd like you to have a taste. And that's how I met Happy Hour. Do you understand? I didn't
Mhm.
know her before,
Yeah.
and I tasted her thing and I thought, oh, this is really nice. And okay,
Yeah,
I said, okay, the first job, let's see how you perform. And they performed well. And now she's
yeah,
my sister. So you can
yeah,
say now she's my preferred vendor, but I didn't know her. So
Yeah.
she took that bold step years ago and called, said, can I come to your office? So
yeah.
sometimes Yoruba says, Toba Damisiwaju wa tele
What do
tutu.
I tell us
But
to
If
some
you know
do?
you
planners too
want
are
to be,
greedy. They want to tell it to all the time. They will say,
Yeah,
bring your stuff when they are doing
yeah,
Friday
and they
meetings.
don't, and they
They
don't,
are doing
yes. So
Friday
and they
meetings. They will
don't
say, bring
use.
your stuff,
Yeah,
yeah,
let us taste,
yeah.
and they don't use them.
yeah.
I think planners, what is
Totally,
fair is fair. I think we should be fair. I think part of our code of
totally.
conduct is to be fair to people.
Yeah.
The
The
thing we
Fair
vendors.
should
to
be
them,
fair.
and we also need
Yes.
to develop the attitude and the mindset of defending each other as planners.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
build each other up and stop
I,
tearing
I
each other
I won't
down.
lie. It's another reason why the association thing for me was just a bit absurd. The
Mm,
backbiting, the the gossips, the high service that
mm,
you know you sense and you hear right
mm,
from planners. It's crazy. And you're asking yourself, do you want to be a part of this negativity? Do you want to be a part of this, spirits? It's something that has been there for a while. I also anyways, let me not even go into that. So those are part of the things. Is there really a community? Is there really a family? Is there really unity? Or are we just checking out each other? Are we just, you know, trying to even move close to some of the planners just to be able to get from them? It's
I get what you
I've sensed a whole lot of I don't
No, honestly, you're very correct in your thinking. I know it's
Mm.
the same for me. I know a lot of planners, but I know the ones that hello, hi, how are you? I know the ones that and then there are people that, how did you and I meet? I think we met at a hotel. Did we meet at a hotel? Yeah, we met at a hotel. And for me, your aura was good for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have mutual respect for one another, blah blah blah, and that is it for me. I've met planners that are rude since we started with rude. I've met rude planners. I've met planners that think they are just, you know, and everything, you
They are
know.
the best thing since sliced bread.
Do you understand what I mean? And for me,
Mm.
Amy gone snob. I didn't want to talk to you. Do you understand? So I like my little bubble. So I mean, and in defense of the association, I Appoem is very, very dear to me. But even with Appoem, I have my moments. Do you understand? I have my
Mm.
moments where I draw back, go back into my shell, and then I come back, and but I think it's important that we have a home. There are information
Yeah.
that I couldn't have gotten if I wasn't in Appoem. There are some helps that I couldn't have gotten if I wasn't in Appoem, if you get what I
Mhm.
mean, and everything. But I just try to balance these things.
Yeah. Another way that for us we also check out vendors. There are quite a number of vendors that we use now that are from when people recommend them, especially when clients recommend them. When clients say, "Oh, I
Mm.
have this vendor. Oh, I trust this vendor. I do this." We've
Mm.
built a large, relationship with these people based off of the fact that, okay, a client said they want to use this vendor, and we just use that opportunity to test them out, and they just become very fantastic. They become friends. They become family. They become, very close vendors that you can really, really trust, just based off of the fact that the clients recommended them. So it's always very good when we just try out vendors that way. It really
Yeah.
helps.
I think client vendors are the easiest to check out. Do you- because they are recommended by the client. If anything goes
Exactly.
wrong, it's
If
the
they
client.
recommended
You
them,
understand?
I
So I
totally
think
agree.
for the people that
No, but they
badmouth
can
client
frustrate
vendor,
you. They
but the
can
client
frustrate
has
you.
But at
recommended.
least
Because
they
they'll
So
say
still
mo ti ń
recommend
ṣoúnjẹ ń
them.
bí báyìí láti ìgbà tó bí tó sìn ó lè sọ fún mi nǹkan tí máa ṣe. They can
yes,
frustrate you sometimes. They can frustrate sometimes.
yes, they can. But they are the
Mm.
best. They are the best to check out.
They are. They are. Mm.
They are the best to check out.
I think I
They
want
are.
to answer Segi on the association. Like I said, there's nothing in life that people don't talk. Even whether you're in an association or you're not in an
Yes.
association, people always talk. And like I say, you can never ever ever please everyone. Do you understand?
Mm.
And the way we see things, the way we view things is totally different. Anybody looking at an elephant from the back of an elephant will see it differently. The one by the side will see it differently. The one in front is going to see it differently. So we'll always view things differently because we are all from different, we are all from different parts of life. So even if you are together, you are not together again. And I always say water gravitates towards its own. So definitely, even in an association,
Mhm.
there's always quote unquote clique because there are just some people you are going to blend towards and some people that you're just going to be high. So that happens a lot. But I know for one thing in Upwem is that a lot of alliances have been formed. That I know that this one, they didn't know each other before and now they are 5 and 6. A lot of alliances have been formed in Upwem. That's in short, I'm sure they don't even remember that that's where they got it from. And I've met so many lovely people in the event industry that I know that if I was in my shell, I would never have met. And like Benny says, there have been people that when you need something, they call on you. It's just like I say, a place to call home. That's what an association would do. And there is Alia, there's Apoem, those are the two major ones I know that have been homes to other people. And again, for me, being part of an association is also giving back in a way I can because I would like my voice to be heard. So it's a way of being heard, being seen.
Mm.
Because if there's a problem now, we have a problem with Lagos State. I remember doing during COVID. I think we
COVID.
came out to do something that we all said something about. I can't remember. So it's a way of also being heard, being seen that, oh, I'm part of something. And they say if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So that's what I have to say. Thank you so much, ladies. So does anybody have any other rants they want to rant?
Kemi Kefe just said older vendors can give wahala, sha. We all seem to be falling in that category
Is
now.
it older vendors? But I'm sorry, young vendors too can give wahala. I have a problem. You're supposed to serve me small chops. I'm waiting for the say wait. Then you now see the person carrying the camera like this
Yes,
for
now
like
they
10
have to
minutes.
grant me.
Creators.
They have to
And
grant
before
me.
you know it,
By
the
then,
thing is
they
already
also
cold. So
the small
vendors in
chop is
general,
cold.
as planners have wahala, even everybody has wahala. But let's
Everybody
just
has
do better.
wahala.
That's what I think. I think we should do better. But if I've not gotten anything from this conversation, I've gotten know what you stand for.
Yep.
You have to know what you stand for, and you have to be fair in what you do. Those are the two things I believe I've gotten right now so far.
I
And
like
let
that.
your price be your price. Don't let greed. Don't let greed.
Know your value.
Know your value.
Know your value, and
Know your
then, like
value.
I always like to say, then add tax because the tax man is waiting. Know your value and then add tax. Mm.
No worries. We have
Yeah.
one person.
One thing,
Go
I
ahead.
think that's what you just said now, it
Mm.
resonates with one vendor, and that vendor is IK Osakudora.
Hmm.
He knows his worth,
He
That's
does.
and
right.
he would
He does.
always add tax.
Yes.
Unapologetically.
Yes.
Unapologetically.
Yes.
Unapologetically. He
Yes.
will always add tax.
Yes.
That's
As he's
right.
telling you his charge, he will tell you with the tax. He will even tell
Yeah.
you the charge alone. He will always
Yeah.
add it.
But you should be bringing pen too. I hope you bring pen to venue. Because there was one event, IK did not bring pen. I was like, IK, Abba. With what you're charging, you should be bringing a golden pen to the. Okay, I'm going to ask a question now. You said know your value. So I'm just going to
Mm.
put it out there. How do you know your value?
Okay, so
Sorry,
it's,
Ronke.
it's
Can Segi
yeah.
answer that question?
Okay,
Because
sure,
we're
sure.
going to we're going to have to let Segi go soon so that the next person can come in for the next 45 minutes. Hmm.
Okay.
So how do you know
Hmm.
your value? If a young planner should ask.
A real young planner.
Oh, oh my, oh my. How do you know your value? Well, that's something I've.
You just know it, Sha.
I
Oh, okay.
think
Should I
you
change it? Okay.
know. I think everybody has their strengths. Um, and I think if you're able to identify the strength that your organization has, and you can use that to your advantage. I'm sure it also shows in our work. It shows in everybody's, no matter how you do the whole planning and the entire thing, there is one aspect that you would always get recommendations on, you will always get feedback on, you will always get that, okay, you have, even you would know that you have strength in this particular thing, right? For Omega events, it could be that, oh, you are fantastic with let's say coming up with creative ideas. For um Laziba, it could be that, oh, with your experiential is top notch. For Just Weddings, it could be that, oh, you, even if you have one same wedding every year, which is impossible, but then you can recreate one idea in a million ways. It could be something. So identify your strengths, and I think you should hone it. I think you should blow it up. Let that be what would bring you out there to the public. I think that's majorly what it is. And if you understand it, try to make sure you enhance it. enhance it, understand it. Um, I think that's identifying it is major. Once you're able to
Okay.
identify it, I think that will also help you to understand it and be able to blow it up so that people can appreciate it.
And I ask another question. Why is it that, why did you stay in the corporate? Because usually you have people that, oh, I'm corporate. The next thing they just find themselves in. Why, what gave you that tenacity to, I don't know why
No,
I visit that word today,
no,
to stay
no
where
way
you are?
no way would I be will I be corporate and go back to
I know, right?
no way, no way. We're staying here.
You're
Okay.
staying there.
Yes. I would always refer back to my predecessor, Romoke Adebo, bless her memory. I think she already built that foundation for me already, right? Or rather for the organization. So it's a vision I know that she wanted to, run with. And we decided even on her passing that we were going to continue to run on that path. And then she would always say that she's running away from weddings. And with every single time that we even get a social event, everything just reminds us why we don't want to do
But
social.
I can imagine.
So there are a lot of emotions. There are a lot
Too much emotions,
of
yeah.
sentiment. Um, a lot of ass kissing. A lot of, and it's on a sentimental level. It's on a personal level. It's for corporates. Even though it has its crazy sides, it still has a bit more structure, right?
Yeah.
No, it has hierarchy. You know how to deal with things in certain ways.
Please tell them pay better as well.
Pardon?
I better as well.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I said tell them the pay is better as well.
Well,
So the
obviously it is.
yeah, the structure is there. You with social weddings, it's like sure who you are supposed to. If the sister-in-law should come today and want to scatter everywhere,
You
who will
just
still go
pander
there?
to everybody. You just pander to
So
everybody.
I think it's structure for me, right, in the corporate space, even though it still has its own crazy sides, but
Mm,
structure gives everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Peggy. Thank you for joining us today at
Thank
all.
you, thank
And
you. All right.
hopefully we won't have to do this again, but if we do, we'll be knocking on your door again.
And hopefully we've convinced her to join an association. Thank you for coming on board.
All
Well, thank
right. Thank you so much. Lovely
you.
to meet you. Lovely to meet you.
Thank
Same
you.
here, Peggy. Take
Yeah.
care.
Take
Bye.
care.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay. We have how much longer?
Hold on. We're about to shake more tables.
Okay.
Hmm.
Has she?
Bisola, Bisola.
Okay, she has joined.
Hello, hello, hello.
Eh,
Oh my God.
Ìyàwó
Good to be
ọ̀lẹ̀lẹ̀.
here.
Eh?
Hi,
Ìyàwó
Bisola.
ọ̀lẹ̀lẹ̀.
uh,
How are you?
I'm
Bisola, are
great.
you ready? Because we are going to shake the table today. Oh. Are you ready?
Why are we shaking table?
We
I'm
We,
are
big,
we,
oh.
shaking
we've lost
table.
I
we've
can't
lost
Today.
believe
two
we have
legs already.
we have
So this
two.
table is
Let's just
just
give
balancing on two
give it
legs.
the first 3 questions. Bam.
Jesus.
Number
Hey.
1, why are you event planners rude? Number 2,
Jesus.
number 2, what do you feel about padding and commission? Number
Okay.
3, what do you feel about event planners? What was the word? Running down
Of
vendors
that
that
and planners.
vendors that your clients give you, not the ones you bring.
Hmm.
And why do you run down other planners? What job?
Okay, let
Bam.
me start.
Oh yeah.
One. The first
What?
one. Wait, what's the first one again? Let me start with that.
Okay,
So
the
I'll
first,
just go in.
first one is, why are you planners rude? That's the
Um, I won't really say plan itself.
Okay.
I will say that planners know what they bring to the table. Planners know the what, why you are coming to meet them as a professional. They know what they're supposed to bring to a job. So you know how a lot of families have not let go of the mindset of we know how to do everything. We already know what it is. There's no big deal about this. Why are you trying to make it difficult? Why are you trying to make it bigger than what it is? Like you're trying to put perspective into every single thing based on experience. So, but they don't understand. They think it's just especially sometimes it's not even the client. It might be an auntie
They
or
are
someone that
anti-Clara.
just doesn't really get it. They just have that whole mindset of how it was done back then, And now you are brought on to make it different, especially if they've had a bitter experience. I mean, we've had clients that they've had very bad experiences, and because of the bad experience they've had before, they try to put it into your own experience, like, oh no, we don't want it this way because someone else did something, and then you're trying to let them understand that you came to us for a reason. And I always try and let clients know that do your background checks before you hire a planner. For me now, it's not about you just running to come and hire me. I actually like to speak to you before. Be sure that you want my service. Do your background check some of the things I have done. Check some of the feedbacks I have out there. That way, it makes you understand. Okay, Bisola is not a yes ma kind of planner. She's not the planner that it has to be like you're the one that will tell her everything. She will come with her own advice, her wealth of experience. She will guide you to ensure that everything that you want is being done properly. But the moment you're hired, especially someone like me that already know like all the different things that have been going on in the industry and how crazy it can be, you're bringing me on board and you're now trying to boss me around, make it look like if I don't know my work. It's actually an insult to my profession. It's actually an insult to what I stand for, because I'm very, very disciplined when it comes to certain things. And that's why nowadays I'm learning to step away. There's some jobs that are not for you. Once I do the first consultation and I'm seeing that there's no synergy, I will just say, oh my God, I'm not available for your dates, because I realize that you're someone that is going to be coming, to try and teach me. Like I feel as if I'm in a master class, a job, and feel like you're in a master class. You want to do a job that that you're carrying the clients are along. You're showing them why they came to a professional. You're guiding them through what they want and building their dreams in order to ensure that the event is a success. If you have clients that come, they think they can boss you around. At the end of the day, guess what? If you follow that path till the very end, they will even some of them become insultive. They will insult you and they will make you look like you don't know what you're doing. And then at the end of the day, when things don't go wrong, they will blame you. They will not tell people that they were the ones that told you to do it that way. They will put it on you that you're the one that made things go be a mess. So I have learned to walk away, and instead of being rude, going back to what you said, step away. But in most cases, I won't advise a planner to outrightly be disrespectful, but
But
you
Mm.
what
have
about
to
what about
Let me
hold
defend
your
my
own. You
sister.
have to hold
to
your
the
I
own.
have to
vendor?
defend.
No, no,
I
to
have
the
to defend
vendor.
Bisola.
Monara,
Hold
calm
on.
down. To the vendor, Bisola, do you get? Not just the clients, to the
Okay, to the
the vendor.
vendor.
Yeah.
Do I want to? Okay, let me give an example.
Okay.
God. So, by the way, I love this platform. I think you should do it a lot more. So yes. So let me speak on a personal experience I had. So a client hired our service first. She later now reached out to me that she has an aburo that is a planner. She will please love that aburo to kind of come on board. That she will just do one or two things. I shouldn't worry. It won't disrupt my work. And to be honest, I didn't have a problem with it at first. But later on, I found out that there was no synergy. Like she will go and meet the client and tell the client some things that I've advised the client that I don't think we should do it this way. For example, let me give you an example. So you know how if you want to turn around an event into an after party, you can't just use the same space, the same location for that after. Like if you want to turn it around, like turn it into like a whole, like the design concept. Usually, it's better if there's another space that has already kind of been decorated, or if you are lucky enough to be able to let them go some, they have to shall relocate somewhere, and you have to hold them there for a while. So let's give you an example. Maybe in the morning they've done the in that small space, then the reception is in the big space. Then you can, when they're in the big space, you can turn around the smaller space.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me fast forward. So after I advised the client that having, because the concept, I saw that she really wanted like a proper disco after party themed, like she wanted everything transformed. I told her, ma, I can't, I don't advise that you tell guests to just go out, because she wanted to do quick, she wanted to do something quick outside and now tell everybody to come back inside and everything will be transferred. I said we need a lot of time for transformation. Aside from that, you have to be able to take people's, you need, we need hours basically to transform. So people have to be able to go somewhere else for us to transform before they come. That's how the other person now told her that no, it's, oh, we just did it, just few hours. Like no, like basically just downplay the whole thing, made it look as if I did not know what I was saying. And then I now looked as if I was being the one difficult or trying to get them to book somewhere else, for her dream to come true. I wasn't trying to manage, the cost. It made me look
Yeah.
bad. So eventually I said, okay, Shebi, she said that the other planner said she would do something outside to hold them for hours. I shouldn't worry. All I need to do is once it's done, once everybody goes. I told her, ma, it's not everybody that will go outside. I know
Yeah.
Nigerians. I think the best place is to have a separate after party area if you want the whole club transformation. You're going from reception into a different. This client said the other planner said, so it would not start looking like I was the one that didn't know what I was doing, because the other planner was family and trying to save costs in quotes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, on the day of the event, obviously she was not able to hold down those people. Some people did not even go because they just wanted to party afterwards. So people were like, no, they don't want to go, they just want to party. And then it now became a thing whereby people did not leave the hall for the transformation. Now who looks bad after all this? You just look like, I felt so bad. Like I was like, first the guests will be looking at us that we don't even know what we are doing. There was
Yeah.
even a guest that came to me, Bisola, why did you advise your clients? And I was just looking at this guest, and I was like, how am I so, like,
Not
in this
most are not.
situation, what do I do? I really, really felt so like I was so upset with this other person. Something that was supposed to be in unity. Let's come together and let's just let this client understand that this cannot work. She made it look like you versus me. So, and that's what some vendors do. Some vendors need to realize that we need to come together to make this a success. It is not about me versus you. It's about us
Yeah.
coming together, winning the heart. Because I always tell people that at my vendors meeting, I tell you, when you have a job, you have gotten that job. This is an opportunity to win the heart of the guests. You have an opportunity to have guests. So now I am focusing on winning them. So if I have 1,000 guests, I want to win their hearts, because most of the time my own job comes from referrals. So for me, it's about how many people can I win their hearts by
Vendors
giving them a beautiful
now.
experience. So vendors, we are supposed to come together, because guess what? If I get many jobs, we're all getting the jobs together, because most times most clients, they don't like stress. So, oh yeah, everybody that did that job, we're doing it together. Do you understand? They
Yeah.
don't really
Absolutely.
like stress.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
always try and let them know that we are not competing.
Yeah.
We're actually together. But some people still have that old mindset, which is why it goes back to why some people prefer working with certain vendors. I don't want to jump the gun, but I think Anspa has
Absolutely.
said, yeah.
We've had this
No, no, no.
conversation.
It was part of your
Absolutely.
so you're on the right track. Yeah.
Okay, can I defend my sister now? Because everybody knows that
She doesn't
Bisola is
need
my
your defense,
sister.
Malara. She has answered intelligently
Whatever, but I want
already.
to say something about
She doesn't
Bisola.
need your defense. Say your
Let me
own.
just say
Don't
something
defend
about
Bisola.
Bisola.
There is no, they don't defend
Excuse
anybody.
me.
Say your own. She
Another thing is
answered
that
well.
when
Say
it
your
comes to
own.
Bisola, she's very, very, very,
She
very,
doesn't
very,
say
very
that. You can
passionate.
hear it and see it with the way she's
She's very
talking.
passionate. So
She doesn't
sometimes
need.
she
Same way
comes out
somebody wrote
about
in the
too
comment
much.
section, Bisola is always angry. But even me, I can feel her. No, I can feel her, because if the same thing happened to me, I would have been rude to that other person. Do you understand what I'm
Mm.
saying? And when you're
And I'm like,
passionate
we're
about what
supposed to
you
come
do,
together to win the
you
heart of this
understand?
woman.
Exactly.
Why are we
Somebody is already saying it.
divided?
That is very passionate. If you are passionate about what you do, you will be angry all the time when they are not doing what you want to do. Do you understand? And she has already said it that if you do well, she's carrying you along
Then
to her
why are you
next step.
shouting on me? Why are you
We don't
shouting
have to
on me?
shout on you because this table we are shaking. We are not doing sister here. We are all defending
Anyway,
ourselves.
Busola is my sister, Sha.
You've announced it. We will
And
now
she's very, very passionate,
allow her
Sha.
to be
I'm
girl.
coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Okay, so I'm coming back now. Okay. Yes. Fantastic.
It's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Abi.
Okay, Busola, a question they say is that why do we build castles in the air? Like we tell people to do things as if what's the word now, women help me. They
As
say
ask your
whatever,
sister to help you.
whatever. So for example, a few people complain that okay, let me use my aunt. She complained that when her nephew was getting married or niece, that the planner kept on bringing out things that were out of this world. And at one point in time, she felt that does my sister know when to stop? Because the planner will say, "Oh, let's get this, let's get that, let's get this." So a lot of people feel that we just add things that sometimes are not necessary
Mm,
because we want to trend. That we are
mm.
not considerate for what people want, but we are thinking of what will make me trend as a planner. Is that true? And what do you think about that?
I think that at the very beginning, and I'm trying to be as truthful as possible. At the very beginning, it was about being seen. You know, everybody wants to be seen. You can't be calling me now, please. Hello. So a lot of us are the. Sorry, can you hear me? I'm so sorry. I got a call. A lot of us at the beginning, I mean, for me, let me speak for myself. I was about, I need people to understand that I can do more than what is out there. Like, I want to do more. And for me, sometimes back then, when someone gives me a job, because I'm trying to do something extra, I would even try and even put a bit of my money just to add, because I knew that that client may not really understand why this is there. So when they are coming and they are seeing it, I'm like, oh wow, this and that. So this can be done. But that was at the beginning. I feel like over the years, I've proved myself. I've proved myself. So it's less about trying to inject the budget, but making sure, because I think there are different phases now. Now for me, I'm not about, oh, it has to have all the trendiest things in the budget. No, it has to make sense for the clients and also for you on the day. So when it comes to food, do you have enough food? Do you have enough drinks? Do you have enough chairs? Because things like that are those things that they will go and abuse you. Forget about people coming from the roof. Oh, it's not about that. It's about, are they eating well? Are they drunk well? Are people is the whole set in a way that is conducive? Because a major issue we were having for the longest of time is that a lot of people were not advised about types of venues to book. So they end up booking places that are way too small for the capacity because venues were not being transparent about numbers. They'll tell you that our events can take 2,000 guests. Meanwhile, the 2,000 guests they are talking about is theater seating. It's for conferences. It's not for banquet setup. But we are the ones that will now suffer for it on the day when so many of these people show up, and at the end of the day, it's cramped. So for me now, I take more time about, okay, let's go and visit the floor plan. How is it, like, what can be really set up here so that we're not deceiving ourselves and we know who we are truly blaming, you understand, and how to manage guests, entrances and all that. So there are other things I try to even focus more on now, and less of too much serene. So if the serene comes, fantastic, because we do have some clients that want everything. But my priority for me is the things that will definitely make sure that the event is a success. Because if you focus on all the trendiest things, and at the end of the day, your food has finished or something has gone wrong that has to do with the substance of the event, then I feel it's a flop. at the end of the day. So I don't know about then planners only focusing more on just having trends. I feel like
Mm.
back then that was the case because there was a bit of there was a silent competition out there. Everybody just wanted to show, you understand? But now I think there's little bit of calm. I think more people understand the real need to make sure that you are you can you really have an event with this budget? Are you so is your client telling you the truth about numbers of guests? Just how can you manage it even if they are telling you the truth? So there are other things I try to focus more on now, and then just that little tip of trend, just so that your event is not boring, because the Gen Zs and the younger people definitely want, entertainment. So you have to have just that little bit of it that will showcase that part of it. But I won't say that people waste their time these days to just make sure that they are trending. In fact, I don't nowadays I see everybody focusing more on how can we ensure that this event is a success. So nobody calls me out on Instagram, for one thing
Bisola,
or the other.
sorry, Bisola. Let me share feedback. While you were talking, Debson said that you had slapped her angry, that you slapped her at an event, right? And as you continued to, you also mentioned maybe maybe you didn't how you two you've grown, and because of that, some of the things that you used to look at when you were newer has changed. Do you get what I mean? Meaning that you've grown. And Debson came back to say that at that event that she talked about, that you slapped her, that you gave her advice that even till today she's still using and it has helped her. So I thought to share that with you because you might
Please, who
have.
is Depsy? No, Jesus, who
Yes.
is that?
Okay, you're a guy. Sorry, he's that.
He, a
Yeah.
planner?
That.
Is he? Who is he?
No, I
What
think
does he do?
I think he does grills. I think he does grills.
Oh my God,
So
I
that
can't remember
that's
what
good
event was
feedback
that.
for you.
So,
That's good feedback for you, and it's good that even you've recognized that you've grown in your work, your brand, and everything that you do.
oh my God, I would really like to have a conversation with this person afterwards so that we can yeah. But honestly speaking, I can't remember that incident, and
I don't think
He
he's
said he
not
worked
something
as a
I'm going to
waiter for Job
encourage.
Pepper Consult.
I want to encourage that, so I would definitely love to have that conversation with
he's not
this person.
upset with you anymore. Don't worry. He
Oh my God, oh my God,
said
oh
he gave
my
you
God.
advice.
Okay, please
So
reach out to me, please.
do you think we play God? They say event planners play God.
So, sis, you asked the second question. I don't want to miss that question. It's something
Okay,
about padding.
padding
Padding.
and commission.
Oh
What?
my God, I need to answer this. Okay, myself, Abisola, Esegwe, Bora, Arigbe. I do not believe in padding.
Okay.
I do not, and I've never done it. I'm not interested in it. One of the things that made it, in fact, when like I said earlier, I would even use my small money. I'll add because I wanted to be seen. So I've invested so much even in the industry, in my own career, to the extent that I know my worth as a planner to charge very well. And I said something before, and I also learned that you can't depend solely on just planning. You have to have other things because so that you don't get too desperate.
Mm,
There was a time when event planning was my bread butter life. Now, because I've grown, I've invested in other areas that bring money to me. So now I can charge well. I
mm,
can do the work. I'm not eyeing because the thing about padding and adding or collecting cuts from vendors is that you now cannot really you can't talk to them. You are, it's as if they bought you over because
yeah.
at the end of the day they are paying you to be here.
Yep.
So
Mm,
I personally, it's something that I've said from the beginning. And so if there's anybody that can come out to say, Bisola collected cuts, please feel free to come out. I am not I've never been in that business to do that. I started with 9 to 5 before I became an event planner. Maybe that's why I already understood that, you know what, um even with doing this, after a while, you have to realize that if you don't want to be compromised, you
mm,
need to do other things, just so that when you're talking to a client, you're not too desperate. If they don't give you this money, I'm not going to eat this month. No, it's not the case. So when people pay me, they pay me my worth. In fact, it was a client that made me realize at one point in my life that I was too cheap. The person said, Bisola, with all these things that you are doing, why are you charging this way?
Mm,
It made me go out to now ask, what are other people charging? Because I didn't really understand. I didn't know. This was obviously years back. And
mm,
that's what I now realized. Because then I was too scared to charge. I was like, hey, how much am I going to be charging people? What if they don't hire me? I'm good. I know I'm good. Why do you know? Do you understand?
yeah.
But I needed that boost, and the guy told me that no, you cannot charge this. And because of that, I went to do my findings, and I charge very well. If you want my service, you pay me for my service. Once I'm paid well, I don't have any business eyeing your money. You understand? The people you should be scared of are people that, and I'm saying this, I don't know the people that do part, but the people that are too affordable or just too, like, how are you sustaining it? Especially in this economy, you're seeing
Mm,
millions going in and out, and you're like, hell no. Like, so I personally believe in charging very well, and I charge very well for my service. So I don't believe in padding. But for those that do, I think it would be best to ask them why they think he helps or what he does to their business. I don't think he helps because you're not able to stand your ground in so many things. I'm the kind
mm,
of person that I like to own my production. I like to stand my ground. I like to let people know that this is what is expected of you when you are paid. You understand? I will tell my clients, this vendor, I'm bringing this vendor because of the wealth of knowledge they're coming with. We can pay them this so amount. If the client says, oh, they're too expensive, we'll go for the next person. The only thing I would say is that there are certain vendors I prefer working with. And even these vendors will tell you that maybe aside from my wedding, I think it was my wedding that made me realize that, man, a lot of people were waiting to give me something because most people were coming with full force. No, we have to do this for you. We have to do this for you. But aside from that, I've never been someone that will demand for things. I'm not interested. I just want you to come and do a good job. Because when you come to do a good job, you're coming to advertise the production. And at the end of the day, guess what? We're all going to the next one. So for me, it's about loyalty. You're coming to do a good job, and next job, we're giving each other jobs back to back. So that's literally how I have run my own thing. I don't believe in padding. But for those that believe in, maybe we should have a conversation with them. I don't like it to be one-sided. I prefer to know why people do certain things. So yeah.
what do you feel about vendors that are calling out planners, but they are not saying, oh, it's Omega or it's Trendy B or it's Laziba, but they are just shouting event planner, event planner, event planner.
I think that I don't think it's good to stereotype. If you have a problem with someone, so honestly, I feel like if you have a problem with me, please, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. And I'm going to say something. Even some planners, we actually bad bite each other. Like
Yes.
we actually go behind our backs. Okay, let me say something. I'm not saying I'm an
Please
angel.
remove the
I
remaining two
don't
legs
have
of the
I don't
table.
have
Remove
cliques.
it.
I don't have any cliques. There are certain planners I respect. There are certain clients I acknowledge. There are certain clients and planners that I love. I love their work from afar. We've never really said anything, but I'm like, oh my God, I love your work. Do you get what I mean? But I've
Yeah.
heard some planners say things about me, and they'll sell the clients. And I'm like, but why are you saying this? Let me tell you what another planner said to a client once. I'm not going to mention the planner. The client told me it was that planner, and you never can say the clients might also not have. Maybe the client who was trying to get information, or who knows.
Yeah,
So
it
I'm always
happens.
very careful. But
Yeah.
the client was like, and someone told, no, sorry, that an MC that an MC she uses told her that the only reason why I'm always using certain MCs is because they give me commissions. And they told the clients. And I told that client that, please, I'm going to involve my lawyer in this, because if you are saying something and you cannot back it up,
Mm.
then I think there's a problem. So I actually reached out to this MC and I said, please, you're going to have to prove that I collect commissions from this person that you said, because if not, there's going to be a big problem. And I'm still waiting for him to prove it, because people just feel like because you don't go their way, um, they because we don't go their way, then you're being compromised elsewhere instead of actually trying to build themselves. So do you know why I use that person a lot? I use him for setting. I might probably use him because he's very punctual at events. He understands the timeline when you give him a timeline. There's some things that, because at the end of the day, the things that are very important to me is just making sure that there's organization at my events. So there are certain people that I'll generally lean towards if they give me a good time. So if you're trying to win me over, you can reach out to me and tell me, okay, Bisola, why are you not using us now? Try me on one of this, and I'll try you. And there's some people that I prefer for intimate events and bigger events. So there's some MCs I'll rather use when the event is small. There's some MCs I'll rather use when the event is big. I use people for different things. So you going and just trying to build up stories and now telling someone else that you believe that I'm waiting for that evidence. Please, can you bring it out? If you don't have receipts, then we're going to meet in court. So that's just it. I don't really talk too much because at the end of the day, me, I'm built on principles. I'm not perfect, so sis. Earlier on, I've had to work on temper. I'm not gonna lie. The job also gets to you sometime. I can be extremely passionate, but I've tried to step back so that it doesn't even affect my health. I want to try and make sure that it's done with love. So to be honest, it's all love for me, but don't go about trying to bring someone down by telling people lies. Like, don't do that. But if you have evidence, bring it forward, please. Bring it forward. That's all I'll say. Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm not compromised by anybody. I can work with anybody. Just show me hard work. Just show me that you love my job with me. And we'll work together. I don't have a problem, honestly. Honestly, don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Why haven't
I'm
you joined
very,
an
very
association?
possessive of my jobs. Sorry?
Why haven't you joined an association? I know you're not part of any
She
Hmm.
has,
association.
she has paid though.
You people did not show us love. Oh. Should we
She
talk
has,
about it here?
but yes, you have to talk about it here. But before then, you paid.
You
She
did
actually,
show us love. Oh.
she actually paid. She actually paid when I was president of Apple.
Yes.
Paid.
So
She just
I've
has
always
sent
loved
in.
Apoem, to be honest.
She has
But
not sent in her documents, but she
yes,
paid.
I've actually always loved our poem. I love being a part of something. The funny fact is that me, I want to make friends. Oh, it
Oh
can
yeah,
be
what kind
boring.
of
It
love
can be
are you?
boring
What
out
kind
here.
of love are you
So,
looking for? What kind of love are you looking for?
That's
Apoem
not
didn't
love
give us.
now.
Apoem didn't show us love when we were starting. Let's not go
No,
there.
no. Let's go there. Let's
Let's
No,
not
go
no,
go
let's
there.
go
there.
there.
Still be
Let's go
seen,
Let's
there.
go
still
there.
be
Let's
seen.
go
This
there.
Let's
one,
go there.
still be
Let's go
seen.
there.
Go there. Let's go there.
Let's.
Apoem I'm really sure, but to be honest, obviously I have great respect for Omega events. I have great respect for Auntie Lara. I have great respect for everybody like that is doing great, that has started something big. It's just that sometimes you want to go where you feel wanted and loved. I think for me it was just more about like do they really do they care for us like I don't know, like I honestly just didn't feel like there was that love being shown to us. I think that was just what it was that didn't just make me really gravitate.
Okay.
But looking at it now, it might have just, maybe if I had reached out privately, maybe that would have been communicated to us that maybe that's not how I was looking at things.
Yes,
But
Can
because
I remind you of something, Bisola?
okay, go
yes,
ahead,
You say
Bola.
we
Lola,
don't
yes.
show you love, right? But at the same time, then you can remember when
Yes,
award was coming,
yes, that was
we
when they
we
all bet.
mentioned
They
we
didn't want to
mentioned
be
four
called
or
new
five
planners,
event
veteran planners.
planners, and they said no, don't call us.
No,
Yes,
that's not
Don't
what
yes,
call
happened.
us.
No,
yes,
that's not
Don't
what
call us.
happened.
yes.
I think you know now. No, 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 no. People also got in our heads. Don't worry, we'll talk about it off camera. People got in our heads. I think it was a thing of see the category they are even putting in people. Now, wow, they didn't even rate you guys. I think that was just what it
Yes,
was.
and one
And
that went
and
sorry.
they put it in our head that they don't respect, if you go, they don't respect you people, oh, that kind of thing. And again, it goes back to all these side talks. I don't think we should encourage. I think we should talk about loving each other more and just respecting each other. I personally like, yeah, honestly, I think that's a big issue in the industry. You know, if you have an issue with someone, tell the person privately. You don't have to go and tell 500 people what you don't think
Mm,
is right. You
mm,
understand?
mm.
So that's just what it is. But Aquem, I have love for Aquem, and I'm going to make sure I conclude with my documentation. Yeah.
We love you
And
too
if I'm
anyway.
coming, I'm coming to support. I'm coming to do something. No, I'm not just going to come and be
Yes,
one
that's what
small
we want.
member.
That's
Be
what we
coming.
want.
I'm not
That,
coming to be one small
that's what we need. We
That's what
need
we want.
people that want to. Need
that
people
wants
that
to do.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, then there was a third question.
I think we
I don't think if I answered the second question properly. So
what was the
I don't
second?
know.
We talked about room.
I don't think
What
a
was the
lot
second?
of
No,
us
the
had,
second one was
but
padding.
yeah, but I don't know if there's anybody that can come up to kind of speak to that properly. I have never been a believer of that. Just charge well, know your worth, and
And
charge
add
well.
touch.
Yes.
Do
That's
you think
right.
ever have a minimum charge for event plan?
Do you think we should have one?
No, I'm saying, do you think we can?
I think so. I think we should regulate it. Yes, because sometimes um it makes people feel like they're overpriced. And the truth about it is that for me, I think that people that really charge well are people that already know their worth. They know what they already have their noise out there. So that is what is selling them, to be honest. Like I said, my big selling point is referrals. So I always try and make sure that I leave that impression at my events. You understand? So someone coming from there, fresh from that, to them, they want to come and do. They already know. They've seen you in action, so they're ready. There's
Mm.
some clients that are ready to pay anything. Oh,
Yeah,
forget.
definitely.
Like they've seen you in action, and they're like, "I want this person." Do you understand? Because they've
Mm.
seen what you are
Eh,
capable of
when you are
doing.
putting people inside cake, why would they want to?
They know. Since that one was even seen, they see your capability. So that's why sometimes it's even good. And then the saying no to some clients is also important. I'm sorry that I'm saying this because
No, no, no. It's
there's
true. It's true.
yes, because there are some clients that will put you into trouble.
Mm,
They are not listening. Any client that is not listening from the beginning, you
mm,
said something that you
They are
told
not
them that you
hearing.
need
They're
the guest
pushing,
list, the
pushing.
complete. They
Mm,
told you they want strictly by invitation. You told them that you need the complete guest list before you move forward. They're telling you, "Don't worry, I'll send it. Don't worry, I'll send it." 9 minutes, they now send you one scribbled paper. Oh,
mm,
okay. Just try and put it together. Just you know, say, imagine how are you supposed to know who is who? Like it's not organized. There's no way you can
mm,
make it work.
mm.
mm,
Do you
mm,
understand?
mm.
So there are some clients that once you are seeing that they are not cooperating with certain things you're saying,
Don't
it
step
might
back.
be a good sign to leave
Mm.
that job. Not
Yep,
every job is your job because that
absolutely.
job can come and burn you. Because guess
Yeah.
what? The same 1,000 people you're advertising to will be there to witness the flop. How many people do you want to
Absolutely.
explain to?
That he was the client.
Exactly. There are also some situations
Absolutely.
whereby you obviously learn on the job. So there's some instances, and I'm not going to also put it on the client's neck, whereby okay, now you know how decor is now so detailed these days. There's
Mm.
so much work that comes with it now. Gone are those days where you go to warehouse, pick centerpiece, pick this, pick that. Now, carpenters, florists, welder, the whole nine
Construction.
yards are proper production now. So it takes a lot of time. And there was a particular job that the client was willing to cook the day before. In fact, I learned it was even from that job that I learned that on my own wedding. No, I had 3 days ahead before my wedding because I knew that the amount of work I needed to be done. But obviously, you can't compare because I had favors, so it was not. I won't expect that every client must have 3 days before their wedding. But this time around, the client was even willing to. But there was a major mistake that I also learned from that job, and I want every other person to learn. The fact that the decorator is coming early does not mean that the lighting person automatically will come early. You have to make sure that everybody, because it might also mean paying incentive, paying more to everybody. Yes, don't assume that because you have booked your venue 3 days ahead, the lighting person must start 3 days ahead. Furniture can't will drop 3 days. The decorator might be willing to start, but the person that would do your hanging, trussing, and all that, they have other things engaged. So you have to make sure you lock all those different things down at the same time. Something as little as trussing actually even delayed a job starting because we were waiting for this person to bring. We couldn't hang. We couldn't hang. We were waiting for this person to finish their job to bring to hang, and the whole of the no, that was one of the biggest. I felt horrible after that job because we were struggling to meet up with start time. So I think from that one, I've even learned, one or two things as regards just ensuring that everybody is, if we're booking early, everybody is on the loop of booking early and we're starting early because that's the whole idea of booking early. I just wanted to throw that in. That it's not every time that sometimes it's the clients.
There's a
Sometimes we as
question.
planners, we may make one
Yeah.
or two, you understand, but we're learning
Yeah.
from it. So yes, I just wanted to drop that.
There's a
But it's not
question.
every job that I jump on. Yeah.
Okay, but Ronke, you answer first, and then Bisola would answer after you. So everybody is asking, who is in charge of a mood board? Who is in charge of floor plan?
This mood board and floor plan
Okay.
saga.
Let me put it this way. So I call myself a creative director. So what it means is that I take charge of my production most times. Yeah. I meet with the decorator. We share. So I most times I'm the one that puts together the mood board. Most times, not every time. If I'm working with a decorator that is creative, decorator that has an eye for things, she will share her creative her mood board. But most times, I'm always willing to because I am a creative director. I already have an eye of how I want my events to be, how to shape it up. So most times, I'm willing to share my mood board. I even go as far as creating a 3D rendition of how I want my event to look before the day of the events, so that you can understand how it will look. Most times, or not, depends on the type of job.
Budget.
Some of my clients come and be like, hey, this one I'm waiting. Most times, especially when it's really, really a big production, we go that far because I really like to take charge of how the look and the floor plan and how everything is. So I take charge of that part most of the time. So I'm the one that provides my floor plan. I'm the one that provides my mood board most of the time, and I give it to the decorator. However, when you're working with certain types of decorators, especially if they've charged for, sorry, hold on, especially if they charge for that to provide a 3D design or all that, they will bring the 3D artwork, they will bring their floor plan. So I think it's more of the case of a lot of planners are not creative directors. They are just planners. Show me what you can do and then I will direct it. You understand? So if you're not a creative director, you don't have any business putting together the mood board or the 3D artwork. It's the decorator that can actually put that together to show you the design on how they want their work to be. However, it's a great thing for a planner to have a 3D design because you're the one that knows how you want the seating arrangement to be. You're the
That's
one
right.
that knows where you want to position your vendors. You're the one that knows where you want to make sure that this certain area. So in cases where, like for myself, I have an area for the couple's friends. I have an area for the bride's family, the groom's family, certain areas. And if it's the case of birthday parties, I have areas for certain areas. You understand? Having a floor plan is easy and the best way because then it's easy to just know how you're placing people. And it also even helps your team moving forward. So I would say that for a design plan, the decorator should be the one to provide that. In my own
Exactly.
case, because I'm a creative, I may decide to provide. However, it's the decorator that should provide that. But the floor plan that shows seating arrangement, layout, that you have to show your clients, the
Yeah.
Mm.
planner every planner must have a
Most
floor
floor.
plan.
Yeah,
Because that's the only way your event will be organized. That's the only way.
totally.
That's the only way you
Absolutely.
can
Okay.
share with your team and
Absolutely.
say, this is how we will do certain things. It makes your life easier. For the mood
Okay.
board, anything that has to do with design, mood board, the decorator, a good
Mm,
decorator should be able to showcase
mm,
something. However, in cases
mm,
like we claim that creative director, we may now decide to provide that. So people, decorators that work with me, they most times I provide for them.
Okay,
Most
mm.
times,
Laziba,
not
what's your take
all the
on this?
time, not all.
Absolutely, absolutely. I weigh in with Bisola here. You know, as the planner, as the creative, you're supposed to bring. You're the one. You have the vision in your head. So let me use me as an example. I sit down with a bride or I sit down with a client, I'll be it wedding, birthday party, whatever. They give you the brief. They share the brief with you. You now take that brief and you turn it into a vision. How can you how can you portray that vision back to them if not by a mood board? All of the information they've given to you, you sit down, you get elements that portray what they're trying to envision, what they're trying to make their day look like. But I think where the misconception comes in is the difference between the overall design of an event and the decor design from the decorator. They're two separate things. As a planner, you put the mood board for the entire event together from welcoming, to guest experience, to coming into the hall, to when they're sitting, to where all the different sections inside of the event space, what is happening at different intervals. But the decor design mood board comes from the decorator because you've given them a brief, you've told them what you want. They now give you a mood board to let you know they understand the brief. And then as a planner, you incorporate everything together. So in your overall mood board, there's a decor section that has come from the decorator. It's like going for a pitch when you go to the corporates and they tell you, oh, we want to have an end of the year party. The theme is this. That's all they tell you. You sit down and you create a mood board to show all the different elements that you want to put together to deliver the vision for the day. But I think when it comes to private events, there's always that tussle. There's always who does it, and I always say you're the planner. It's your show. It's your event. You are the one directing it. With regards to floor plan, I let the decorator give me their own floor plan. We at Laziba, we always create our own floor plan. I just want your floor plan as the decorator so that I know the extent of the area that your decor will be taking up in my space. My decorator can come and tell me where the mother of the bride is going to sit or where the bridal party is going to sit. I just need your floor plan to let me know, oh, I'm going to have certain pillars here. I'm going to have some flower boxes here. The stage is going to be 40 feet or 52 feet or whatever feet, so that I can fit it into my overall floor plan. So I think it's just clarity. We just need to be clear who is what exactly are we trying to achieve, and that way you know who should be the one responsible for what. You
Okay,
get
thank you
that's
for
my
that. I'm going to ask this question, and I would hope both of you can help.
okay.
Um, when you spoke with Gemi, was it the cocktail? I think it was the cocktail, the drinks people.
Mm,
Was it the drink? I think. Anyway, we decided we spoke about what the minimum price should be. Abi, was it 10 or 15K?
Minimum salary for waiters
Minimum
generally
salary for
across the
waiters.
board.
So I
And
want
if
to
there's to
ask
be a
now.
line,
So for an event planner, what off your head do you think should be a minimum that you think an event, because people always have this problem. What do you think should be a minimum for an event planner? Let's say 1,000 guests. What do you think should be a minimum so they know?
mm,
when it comes to prices, I'm always
Okay.
scared. I'm always scared to say it out loud because they can come for you. I'm like, in
No,
this
no, that's
economy, how can you be saying
it's
in this
your.
economy? How can you be saying this?
No,
So
no.
the
That's why I said, what do you think a minimum should be?
um so event planners work really hard. Like we oversee the whole production, ensuring that there's integrity everywhere, ensuring that the everybody does their role the way it's supposed to be. If I exceed expectations, basically, we are the first to
Mm.
get there, we are the last to leave. We work
Okay.
every single day. Even I have some clients that call me at midnight. I have some clients that message me. They'll just call me. I have to just tell them, I'll send a message to say, you have to micromanage them. You have to baby them. Some you even become a shrink for them. Therapists. We do a lot. So I think even for the mental health and just the fact that you're working non-stop, you have some clients that book you, they book you over a year period. So literally what it means is that throughout that year, you are literally answering to them.
At their beck and call.
So I mean, if you think about it that way, I personally, if I'm thinking about health wise and just making sure that you are being able to just be there for them throughout and just put your eyes away from other people's bills. Because to be honest, you have to be disciplined as a planner. You have to be. And the reason why some planners don't have integrity is because they are too scared to charge. They are too scared to charge and they are not putting their eyes when they are not knowing to put their eyes. But if you're paid well and you can pay your team, you're not even looking at anything else. So I will say that, and this is just a clause. Anybody that does not agree with me is fine, respectfully. I'll say that 5 million, honestly. But anybody that doesn't believe that that's a given, then it's fine. I will understand. If they believe that it should be lower, I respect your field, I respect you. If you feel like that's the value in this economy, I respect you. And also when you're looking at that, you also have to look at it from a point of what's the capacity. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously if you're doing, like you said, 1,000 guests, how many days, you have to look at so many things, but the most important thing, you must be able to, if you are charging a worth, you have to defend that worth.
Exactly.
You cannot
Damn.
disappear, and you have to be
Totally.
professional.
That is the caveat.
Yeah.
You
That
have to be
is
a
the
professional. You
caveat.
cannot come tomorrow, I became an event planner today, and boom,
Oh,
you're already
hmm.
calling yourself. Do you understand? You have to go through. I mean, I did a lot of training. I intentionally travel to get wealth of experiences. I have a lot of mentors. There's so many things I do behind the scenes to ensure I better myself for my field so that I can keep my head up. Are you willing to do that? There are a lot of people that are not willing to do that. All they do
Nope.
is come and just carry that heart of event planning and they're not even defending it. So if I say that price, I'm saying it because you have done your background, you have done your homework, you are coming
Okay.
correct, and you're giving a production. You are exceeding expectations. Basically, at the end of the day, the client has zero. They don't have anything to worry about, basically, because you have it covered. So I think that's all I will say. And this is, like I said, people can decide
Strategy.
to charge
Yeah.
lower. You can decide to do whatever it is that fits your cap. That is fine. Yeah.
Itola says, researching, like going to go and watch Mamma Mia.
Yes, so when I travel, I go and watch productions. I am very
It's
particular.
part
Like I
of it.
spend my
Part
time
of
because I
yeah.
just want to learn more. Sometimes
Yeah.
I even try
Okay.
and go behind the scenes. When I go for events outside the country, even when I go for DWP or any of those big grand productions, I go behind the scenes to check what's going on. You understand? There was even one time, and by God's grace, there's even some more things I plan to do because I really yearn to do it. I want to do it better. I want to know more. So you cannot come to this industry and be charging a lot, and you are going to be giving the barest minimum. Hell no, man.
Mm. So
So
you
I
have to
think
give
yeah.
value
So
for
it's
money.
open for conversation, sis. But I think we need to try because when you start comparing what some people, I mean, I know when I hear some of my colleagues outside the country what they charge, I know that sometimes you can't compare, but the
Hmm.
difference is so
Sometimes you can't
clear.
compare because the work we do in Nigeria is more than what some event planners do abroad.
it,
That's the truth.
the
They
difference
don't
is
have the third
clear.
mainland bridge factor.
And
Mm.
sis, guess what? They are paying them.
Mm.
And their clients that are ready to pay well if you know your work. The reason why
Hmm.
they are not paying is because they don't see why they need to pay you that amount. You're not showing them why. So you need to when you start showing them why we should be paid that amount. We need to do better, for
Absolutely.
peace of mind for our clients. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Laziba, what do you have to say?
Oh, well, I think I would just be flogging a dead horse if I start all over again. Bisola had said, she said so much, and, for not wanting to overemphasize, I totally, I mean, we've had this conversation even before she came on, you know. In as much as it is difficult to sort of put a fee, and I will say that again, because I've said that before, it's difficult to put a fee to what a minimum um, charge for a planner should be because you have to look at different criteria. There are different things that determine what a planner will charge. You look at location. That's the most important thing. I cannot be an event planner in Lagos and then you're an event planner, somewhere in Bauchi and you want to be charging what a Lagos planner will charge. So you look at location, you look at what the planner's
They don't have
overhead
third
is.
mainland bridge there.
You look at what the planner's overhead is. You cannot be running your business from your dining table, and I run an office, where I'm paying rent, I have service charge, I have all of that, So you look at that. You cannot be running your business with a 1 man, 2 man team. I have a 6 man, 10 man team. All of that, and for me, I think the overall criteria, it's experience. And like Visola said, what am I bringing to the table? What value am I adding to the client's event? What I will bring from my wealth of experience for having been in the event industry in Nigeria for 15 years cannot be compared to what somebody who's been in the event industry for 2 years. Do you understand? That's not to
Yeah.
say they don't know their craft, but Yoruba people, they have an adage that says you might have more newer clothes than me, but you can't have more rags than me. You cannot buy experience. You have to earn it. You earn experience, by the number of years you've lived, by what you've passed through, what you've been through, and all these different elements put together is what I use to value what I charge a client. You
Exactly.
see, so
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
it's hard to say, oh,
Exactly.
because there might be a new event planner who's been in the field for a year on this call, and you're thinking, oh, this Trendy B and Laziba said we can charge 5 million. Mm-mm. What are
No,
you bringing to the
we're not
table?
saying that. Well,
No,
we're
I
just saying,
know
yeah.
that is. We just need to be clear.
Yes. Yes.
What
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
value?
I like that she's
What
putting that in
value?
there. Yes.
What
Yes.
value are you bringing to
Yes.
the table?
Yes.
Let me use me as an example. I've had my brand. We've had an event for 150 people, Bisola, and they would pay us what you would pay if it was 1,000 people.
Oh
Do you
yes.
get?
Oh
Because
yes.
they know the value you're bringing to
Oh
the table.
yes.
They know what you're doing. They know, oh, give Laziba, give Trendy B, give Just Weddings, give Omega, give KFA, give Stylista, and we can go to bed. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have to micromanage you. They don't have to hold your hand. They know you have experience. And maybe that's the peeve I have with the younger generation. I love them. I love their exuberance, their youthful exuberance. I love how curious they are. I love how innovative they are. I wish we had a lot of the technology they have now when we started back then. But my baby, you need to walk the journey. And like I always say to people, event planning as a Nigerian, event planning is in our blood. It is something that comes to us naturally. Back in the day, is it not your uncle, your aunties, and the Yawoles, and the mommy Sanes, and the auntie that lives in Ikotu that used to gather together in the family and do all the family functions
Yes.
before event planning became a thing. Now, because as Nigerians, event planning naturally flows through us, a lot of people just take that and run with it. This is where I commend you, Bisola, and I commend such a number of people that I know on this platform who deliberately and intentionally educate themselves, invest in themselves,
Oh yes.
learn this craft professionally. A lot of these young ones coming up, they just come with their iPads and their iPhones and their crops
Yes.
with all the different fancy and their small designer bags to come and do it. Educate yourself, learn your craft, invest in yourself, learn about your field. Then you can bring value. Then you can add value. Then you can say, oh, me too, I want to charge 5 million because I know what I'm bringing, what I'm offering. So,
Yes.
there's a lot of elements you need to consider before you can say. But I think perhaps depending on your location, there should be like a minimum, But you see, like we were saying before Bisola came on, the clients, they bought our head. So you get them, they'll say, oh, I'm charging you 5 million, ma. And the next thing they'll tell you, what do you mean? Omega came here yesterday and she's doing it for 2 million. So,
Yeah.
why do I need to pay you 5 million? For if Omega gets there and says, you know what, it's 5 million, Bisola gets there 5 million, Laziba gets there 4.955, Just Wedding gets there 5.12, then they know. But some planners, they're so desperate for the job. They will lower anything
But
and
Ronke,
It's fine.
everything.
Ronke, can I ask you a question, Ronke? Can I
Yes.
come there and say I'm going to collect 2 million, ma, but I just want to say that I'm not experienced. I've only started doing this for a year and a half.
Mhm.
I
Does that
mean,
does that
You can, and there's some clients who would appreciate that.
the
And
honesty, yes.
and there's some clients that are so hands-on, they can't relinquish their event, and they will jump on somebody like that. That don't worry, we're going to do it together. All they're thinking is they're saving that 3 million, and they're ready to micromanage you to be able to deliver it to how they want you to deliver it. Those kind of clients, they're stressful, baby, because they just clamp on your creativity, and they don't allow you to think. They don't allow you. It's like they're giving you a template on how to do what and how to do it. So yes, you can come and say, I'm new, oh, I will take 2 million, no, I don't have that much experience, so, and they'll say, oh, why not? And if not, I'm ready to work with you. Meanwhile, you have some clients who don't even have that time capacity. They want to just give you an event. For example, sometime last year I had an event, a client who lives in Nigeria but was abroad for a long time, and it was his landmark birthday. I think he came in a week to the event. Would he have worked with somebody who confesses that, oh, I'm new, I don't have much experience? No, 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 no. They want a seasoned event planner, somebody who will take the brief and run with it, you see. So,
So are you
I
saying
mean,
5 million is a fair deal?
again, I qualify it. There are different criteria that helps you to arrive at that decision.
Yeah.
The different location, experience, value. Those are all the things. But if we're
And
talking about
can I just add to what you're saying?
yes,
Most clients, they already 50%, they already know who they want. Sometimes when they hear you out, they make up their mind. So it's in that
yeah,
moment of how you speak about what your value is.
Yeah.
That's what sells them.
Yeah.
So I think don't be shy.
absolutely.
Don't be worried that, oh my God, what if they think I'm not I'm
Um,
not affordable. If you let a client feel that their event is protected, you're going to have their back. You're going to make sure that you know what their event is not filled with mistakes. You protect
Yeah.
them. You just come correct and you speak everything that you need
Speak
to say
their
that
language.
makes you a professional. Trust
Yeah.
me, they
Yeah.
will pay you immediately
Mm,
after that consultation without thinking
yeah.
about it twice.
Yeah.
Some may even go back, go and have one or two conversations. But guess what? Imagine if you have other people that have experienced you still singing your name, that, oh my God, you must go for that girl, or you must go for that man. Trust me, what
Mm,
is yours is yours. That's why the most
definitely.
important thing is just paying attention to your field. Do your work
Absolutely.
well. Trust me, people have the money, oh.
And they will pay it.
I'll get
So,
it, oh. If you
and
keep
there's
putting
some
yourself in a
clients that,
shell and
yeah,
say they don't have money, they don't have money, guess what? You're
you'll
going
be
to be attracting
surprised.
people that don't have it.
That's right.
So
That's right.
please make sure that the goal remains to give the client an amazing production, protect them, ensure that, you know what, you can defend that budget that you're presenting to them, and then make sure that they feel like they have paid to get the best and only the
Yep.
best.
Yep.
Trust me, someone will pay to protect their assets. Someone will pay well to protect their investment. Nobody wants to pay so much money, and at the end of the day, the whole event is a flop. Or last minute, they're spending endlessly here and there. Because you know what? There are some people that they will think that they are hiring, in quotes, the upcomings. I want to go and get an upcoming. And at the end of the day, their event is filled with one error or the other, and they
Or
keep having to
the
spend money. In
other.
fact, at that moment, vendors are waiting for you. They will just charge you times 20. They don't care.
Mm,
Yeah.
You will spend more than what you have, what you planned. So it's
mm.
better to go with someone that you know that knows their onions, has
Yeah.
already sold their event and told you
Mm-hmm.
that they are there for you and all that, and pay that person well so they can remove their eyes on any other distraction. That's all I would say. But dear event planners, please charge your worth, charge your value. I think that's all I would say. Just charge
And
your
That's
value. Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
someone had a question. Let me check.
Baby.
So, so someone had a question. Let me just give you guys a question.
740.
Wait, hold on. She said, good. Molara is back. Oh yeah, Molara, ask your question.
Um. Okay, you've answered. I was going to ask that why are we not
Yes, so
united?
yes.
Why are them planners not united? What do you guys think is the problem?
Mm.
I
I
think
think
I
Bisola
think
answered.
event planners think that people are taking each other's jobs. And I don't think that's the case because the way I look at events, there are events almost okay. Well, I don't know if it's me or there are not a lot of events like so many like that. But there are events to go around. I feel like as long as you have positioned yourself to be memorable, emphasis on that. Oh, emphasis on that. Once you have positioned yourself to be memorable, people have experienced you at one event or the other, and they just have your name at the back of their minds. You will definitely get jobs. Some people will come to you at the end of the day, they might decide to go somewhere else. It's fine. Some people will come to you, they like the way you speak and all that. They come to you. I feel like it will go around. There's no need to have beef for anybody. I personally, it's all love for me. Oh, there was one time that people used to put things in my head to make me feel like there were some other planners that I needed to be competing with when I first started. But after a while, I realized that why do I need to do that? Why do I need to dislike someone? Healthy competition for me is very good. In fact, I like it when I see one planner do something. I'm like, okay, I'll do my own in a different way. But go, girl, you go, girl. I think that should be the energy. To be honest, I don't think we should hate each. I don't honestly think. I don't think we need to start hanging out. Event planners hang out. I said it to someone the other day that I think that we need to have a bonding session where we can actually speak to each other. That we should actually be for each other. We shouldn't be against each other. Or we should not allow people be in our heads. And if you have a problem with someone, if you think someone has stepped on your toe in a wrong way, reach out to that person. Have that
Mm.
one-on-one talk.
Mm.
You can have a drink, go somewhere, Me, I'm available for drinks, chat. No,
So you better
no,
also
but
give
just go somewhere and
session loading.
just have a talk. Oh, I heard something or that. Just have that talk. You might be shocked that. Do you know there was one planner that I had one small beef we had because someone said something one time. At the end of the day, the planner was like, Bisola, that's not how I meant it. Oh, I did not mean it this way. Oh. And you know what the funniest thing? After that, we've been very cool. We are human. Sometimes things get to us, but I think that
Mm.
it's the competition that is dividing us.
That's right.
I think it's the competition.
And it shouldn't be a point of division amongst us, you know. It shouldn't be. We had this conversation before you came on. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why you get to a place and they say, oh, Bisola Trendy B is coming in after me, and I should be able to confidently and boldly say, oh my God, Bisola is absolutely amazing. She knows her craft. Should you decide at the end of the day to go with her, you're in safe hands. And then you come in and they say, oh, Laziba just left her. Like, oh my God, Laziba, they're absolutely brilliant at what they do.
Yes. Yes.
Why can't we start? You know, clients need to stop knocking our heads against each other.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
because when they
I've had
see
a
that
client come to
unity,
me after having a talk with me that they'll get
yeah,
back to me. And I reached out to the client because in my mind, because when you tell me your dates, tentatively I'll mark it. So
yeah,
I needed to check in to ensure that we're good. Are we good? And then when I reached out, she was like, no, she found out that someone. I was like, ma, don't worry, that person is amazing. I even hyped that person. I said,
you
ma,
know,
don't worry, you will have fun with that person. And I said, I have an amazing blah blah, and that was it. Me, I don't have that energy. Oh, honestly
it should,
speaking, I mind my
as it
business
should
a lot.
be,
I
as
mind
it
my
should be.
business. I can't do all the jobs in the world now. Do you want to die?
I always say to people, there are
Like, how many
200
do you want to
million
even do?
people in Nigeria. Come
Yes.
on,
The way I
come
look at it,
on.
once my calendar has reached a mark, I'm not greedy. I don't know what
Mm,
I don't know what other people's agenda is, which is why I said people need to just make sure that they are not overwhelmed. There was one time oh my
yeah,
god, 2019 I was walking back life. Like, to
Mm.
me, any Saturday that was not free, I was free. I was like, oh my god, why don't I have a job this Saturday? Like, I was always freaking out, and I also always wanted to be fully booked and overbooked. I was killing myself. I was literally killing myself because at the end of the day, I didn't have a life. I didn't really have enough time to prepare for the next job. So sometimes one job would be amazing, the next one would drop a little. Do you understand?
mm,
I didn't want that my career to be like that. I wanted to have it the same way. So I had to step back a
consistency.
little. You cannot continue doing like that. I'm not interested. Once I've In fact, nowadays the jobs that come to me, fantastic. I try and even space it out because the truth about it, I want to make sure that I give every event equal attention,
Mm,
make sure that everybody feels heard, seen.
mm,
I don't want to be one of those planners that abandon clients in between. There
mm.
are some planners that they will do a good job at the end of the day, but they are literally not available. You understand? I didn't want I was done with that. So I said, you know what? So anybody else that wants to take the job, good for you. I feel like there's enough that can go around everybody.
It's a mindset we all need to sort of
Yes.
acquire, and we all need to
Yes. And then it will affect
deliberately
your health.
have.
You'll be like, you'll
Ah,
be paranoid.
ah. No, 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 no.
Yeah, so I mean, I've learned a lot from this industry, and I only aim to be better, and that's just it. I'm not perfect. There was someone that wrote something about a planner padding. Please, I don't believe planners should pad, but I think that maybe next time call different diverse planners and let's hear them out. Why do they see the need to pad? I don't believe in it, but yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're here.
Sis, we can't hear you.
Both hand, mommy.
Sorry, I said all the planners were running from this series. Only the brave ones came.
Why are they running?
I don't
Why?
know. I don't know. We are trying to reclaim our crafts and defend
Yes,
our
sir.
brands. I don't
Yes,
understand.
sir.
I
No, we need to have difficult conversations to be better, to be
we
honest.
do, we do,
We
Mm,
do,
we
mm,
you
I
know,
like
and
that.
and
I
when
like
people
that. We
see
need to.
transparency, they now learn to trust their planners. It's
yeah,
things like this that make some people now have one auntie or one uncle supervising you because they are scared. And that thing
Yeah,
even annoys me
yeah,
because I'm like, you've hired us, but it's because you've had a bad experience. Do
yeah,
you understand?
absolutely.
That's why they will do that.
Absolutely.
So we need to
I
come
mean,
up. Sis, I think we should
yeah.
have planners hangouts. I think we should have a place where we can chill, have conversations without cameras. Even if it's cameras, maybe just the picture session and the
That's it.
photo
Yeah.
sessions, but nice conversations. So some people don't even know better. That's why they are
Honest,
not doing better.
honest
yeah.
conversation.
Yes. So they can,
Honest
because someone's
conversation.
mess up affects the next person.
Tell me
Mm.
about.
It's true.
When we had
It's
that
true.
conversation before Bisola came
It's true.
on. You
It's
know,
true.
now where clients
It's
will tell you they want to be paying vendors simply
yeah,
because they have paid a planner who ran away with their money
yeah,
or who didn't
yeah,
deliver what he was
yeah.
supposed to deliver.
Absolutely. Yeah,
You know, so I
Yes.
mean,
yeah,
it's a domino effect. We all feel
Yeah,
it.
so we need to come
yeah,
together and be united and have these difficult conversations. What exactly is the problem? A lot of people
Yeah.
maybe are not really paid properly, so they're trying to hide in corners with doing different things. Some people, they believe strongly in agency fees, but I feel like if you are an agent, call yourself one. Let it be said
Mm,
from the beginning. It
exactly.
cannot be a secret. Do you
Yeah,
understand? And
yeah.
then
That's what we said. Yeah,
what is the value of the client hiring like you an agent? Like don't
yeah,
hide
yeah.
behind the planner
Yeah.
word
Yeah.
because it's giving other
yeah,
people a bad name. And you know, if you can defend this also, please come. Let's hear you out. You
yeah,
know, I think we should have more conversations. I really, really applaud this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
have more conversations.
We'll come
Um,
up. We'll come up with something.
Oh,
thank
definitely a
you.
planners hangout.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Excuse me. First of all, a lot of people are saying let's talk together. Join Upwem. The ones that are not Upwem, join Upwem.
Yes, yes,
We are
yes.
not redefining the wheel.
I'll complete it. I'll complete it.
Join Upwem. No, I'm even talking to some people that are typing. Join Upwem. Join an association.
Platform.
Join an association. Join a platform. Stand for something. Because if you
Yes.
don't stand for something, then you can't talk really.
Default on
Join an
everything.
association. We've spoken about pricing, which is good. I'm sure a lot of people will go to the board and have something to discuss and know what their worth is. Another thing I want to ask is it does happen where people do professional fees. I mean, what's it called? Is it called professional fees or
Mm-hmm.
there's another word for it? What do you guys think should be the agreed? Should it be 5% or should it be 15%? Or some people say
What is
20. What's it
corporate?
called?
Is
Is that
corporate
Service
corporate?
fees?
charge. Is that service
Corporate.
No, no,
charge?
not service charge. No, not service charge. What's it called now? How come I've forgotten the name now? I get cake for you. I'm a vendor. So Bisola gives me commission. Is it commission? Bisola gives me a job and I want to give
Like a
her.
kickback.
It's not kickback because in America it's not called kickback. It's not kickback. It's not.
Okay, so
It's
let's
not.
call it okay, commission.
Let's call it
You know,
commission.
corporate is different from social.
So I'm talking about social. Thank you, referral
Okay.
fee. Thank you, referral fee. What should be the percentage of referral fee? Because in America, in some places in America, referral fee is actually it's not something they hide under the floor. It's something that, for example, it's not all the jobs. For example, they're going to call you Bisola to do. Sometimes somebody's just going to call you and say, "Oh, Bisola, do you have a band? Do you understand?" And there is a band person sitting in his house not doing anything, and he gets a call. So it's not as if Bisola is demanding that you give me that money. But sometimes it will be good if the person gives you something. And that is what is called referral fee. So what do you guys think? Or somebody else says finder's fee. What do you think finder's fee should be? Should it be 5%? Should it be 10? Should it be 15%?
And so we're talking commission that we said we don't do.
Sis, I don't know what finder's fee means.
Okay.
And most of my jobs come from referrals. So that means I owe like 5 billion people.
Okay. Lazipa,
I
do you
mean,
understand what I'm saying? You don't do
I do.
finder's fee.
I,
me, I don't
I
do finder's fee.
understand
I mean, I don't know
what you
what that
mean
is.
by. But I think it's more of a corporate sector terminology. It's more popular, or it's something that is done more in the corporate sector. So for example, you get a contract, or you broker a contract, and then you get a certain percentage of that, which usually is 10% flat fee. However, I know some event planners who will take finder's fee, who will take brokerage fee, whatever terminology you want to call it. And I know some planners who will say, you know what, you just do your job and do your job, and represent me well by giving a top-notch service, and I'm good.
Yeah. I think it's some planners do. Maybe we should get, that's what I was telling
And
sis,
I know
that we
there are
should get
certain
some more
planners
variety of planners
who
that believe in
demand
things
it.
like that. Mm-hmm.
They demand it. I know
Mm-hmm.
some planners who demand it, but
So
it's
that's
more
what
of a
I'm saying.
corporate
What is
thing.
the fair? That's what I'm saying. Because
Well,
on
Laura, I
some
think what we
events,
are
You
all
can't
generally,
say you
I
can't
think what we
say.
are all,
10%. Com said in Canada is 10%.
but what
Mm,
we are generally saying is that this is something we all need to sit together offline with a
yeah,
diverse group of
group
planners.
of
I
people.
know for a fact that some planners in Lagos actually take this finder's fee, referral fee, whatever commission, and they own it with their
Mm,
full chest.
With their full
They're not going
chest.
to
mm.
tell you, yes, they're not going
For
to
me,
tell you they
I
don't
don't.
take it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if it's 10%, if it's 20, if it's 5. And then maybe they can make us understand. Maybe we're cheating ourselves. Maybe we're not. Do you understand? So we all
Okay, I get what
actually
you're saying.
know
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah.
Or are
Also,
you
I
saying,
want to.
oh, sorry, are you saying that what we're saying is totally different? Oh? From what you
Oh,
are
okay.
saying now, from what you guys are saying. So Mr. Lagbaja calls me to plan his daughter's wedding, right? And I get all the vendors from Mr. Lagbaja. So what they are saying is that I'm not going to take 5% from everybody. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. What are you
What
saying?
I was saying is, for example, somebody says they are looking for a decorator. They just call me
Okay.
randomly and they say they are looking
Okay.
for a decorator. So
Okay.
some people will say, okay, let me go and do the job. So what happens is that there's supposed to be an unspoken word that
And
Agbemi
that's
should know
you as
that she
a
should give me.
vendor.
Pardon?
I don't think it should be an industry thing for that one you're talking about. So I get a job for
Yes.
Bisola. I can tell Bisola, come, I'm hooking you up for the presidency. Oh. You're going to give me 10 million. Do you understand? It's for Bisola to say, I'm sorry. I don't know how I'll get the 10 million to give you. Or, okay, don't worry, I'll find a way around. That's what
So
you're
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
say, right?
saying. That one is the one they now say is finder's fee. That there should be a standard that you shouldn't go below. That Bitola should
But
know
our
that.
vendors agreeing that there is a finder's fee. That's the question we should be asking.
Okay, so vendors, do you
Mm.
guys think there should be a
You
vendor's
understand?
fee? We're just saying it out there.
Yeah, finder's
We're not saying for a normal job that every job that you give that you should collect a vendor's fee. But do you guys think there should be a vendor's fee? We are throwing it out to the vendors. What do you guys think? Please write it in the comment section.
So can I say something? If you're going
Yeah.
to be collecting a vendor's fee for these vendors, is it coming out from the client's money? Is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
that's the
I agree
part
with what you
that
are saying.
that's now see
So
that's
so that
where
is why
that's
That's
the
double
thin line.
standard.
charging
Yeah.
comes in.
That's the thin line, because what I said earlier is that if you're going to be transparent with your clients from the jump, that the way my business runs, these people commit so people. Because guess what? Clients will find out. Trust me. And it's not going to be good if they feel like you are taking money from their money. Me personally, I made up my mind from the get-go that I'm not interested in all these little. If I want to gift someone, I can gift someone. It has nothing to do with the job, outside the job. Oh, thank you so much for giving me this job. I truly appreciate you. It's very cute to do that, but make sure that it's not touching whatever has to do with your clients. Because if it's
Money.
touching and you're not letting them know, I personally think that is dishonest. This is my own opinion. I stand to be corrected again. I wish sis had someone else that truly believes in doing it, and then that person can actually defend it. I would really love to hear what that person has to say. You can reward people, but make sure it's outside your dealings with the clients. Is all I will say.
So again, like Segi has said, which I go back to, it says it depends on what do you stand for.
Chill cocktails, that's wrong. I don't think you should do that. But again, it would be nice for those planners to come on board and defend themselves. Yeah.
Mm.
I was responding to someone now. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So honestly, it's what do you stand for? But like I explained before, if you as a planner start charging what you feel you should charge, you
Yes.
won't really feel bad when they call one day code come and play. Because you know that you too you charge with your full chest.
Charge, yeah.
Yes.
But what
Yes.
happens
Charge
when you are
well.
charging 800,000 naira? They now call
Sis,
one
can
day.
I
I don't
tell
know
you
why I'm
the
calling one day
truth?
call.
What we should be teaching people now is how to charge to cover your cost. What does
Pricing.
what does that cost really mean? Some people just think event planning is walking
Absolutely.
around. You make phone calls. You go
Mm.
on you go on different trips. You go to
You
sometimes
buy
you go to
you
the
buy
venue
petrol.
almost every other day to go and do one
Mm.
inspection or the other. You have various meetings. There's so many things involved. Even lights, even pay just to ensure that you power even your office or wherever it is you're existing from. Everything in the running cost to ensure that this production is a hit. From the time
Your
you're being
health,
hired to the very
sleepless
end,
nights.
has to be put into that calculation. Unless you're living for nothing. And there's
I'm
nothing as
telling you.
bad as undercharging and being depressed while planning. There's something, there's some planners that are depressed while planning because they're like, oh my God, I went to go
I
and
shot
charge this
myself with
amount and see
food.
what's going on. I'm hearing this left, right, and center. No, if you charge well with your full chest and they've come to you because you are proving it. Remember, I said something. You have to pay your dues. You can't just come today and expect boom, boom, big, big, big. You have to make sure you've
Mm.
done that homework so that people can beat their chest for you. If it's not this planner, if it's not taller events, I'm not doing my events because I've experienced taller events and I'm ready to pay taller events amounts. Then I now pay taller events. Taller events make sure she goes over and beyond to make sure my event is a success.
Hmm.
The money is there. Clients will pay. They know that they are paying for something good and people are
Mm.
vouching for you. Especially their friends, all these their society friends. They'll just be saying, omo yẹn mo like her. I love that girl. I like her. I love the way she. You know how the people go crazy for Big Brother housemates. That's how some people go crazy for some planners. Sorry for bringing Big Brother here.
Ah, Madam Big Brother.
There's some people go crazy for their planners. There's some people that would recommend. They'll say, "This I recommended you to so." And like I said, the secret to this thing is just make sure that your job. That's why. Let me tell you what I learned. It's not about having bookings back to back and you're overwhelmed, looking like a headless chicken in your event. So when you have that event, sell yourself to that 1,000 guests.
Benny.
Hmm. Event is it?
Do you know that out of that 1,000 guests, worst case scenario, God is not wicked, 100 will have you in their head, stuck because of that experience. They will keep recommending you. It is a chain. Forget about it. As long as you have done that work, I'm telling you,
Stella, you're,
gone are
you're
those
very
days when I
right.
have to rely solely on social media. Fine, social media is good, don't get me wrong, fantastic. Showcase your job, showcase everything. But guess what? How did you make people feel genuinely at their events. That's the selling point. I'm
Yep.
not
Yeah.
even trying to. That's the seller.
I
And guess
remember.
what? Someone that has experienced it firsthand, if you show your, tell them your
Mm.
package, and your package is well detailed, and then they have you jump on a call, you speak to them, and defend your craft. Trust me, they are paying you anything you ask for. Even if they negotiate, it will not be anything that is crazy that will put you in debt.
Mm.
And make sure you don't charge something that will put you in debt. Because if you are eyeing vendors' money, you will be embarrassed. If you are going about looking for 10% here and there, you'll be embarrassed. They will call you out on social media. Oh. Hey, you'll be embarrassed.
I remember
Me, I can
one
sleep
one.
well at night because nobody, I'm not expecting anybody's money. I'm not interested. Do your job.
I remember one wedding years ago.
Do your job.
The bride's friend, she kept the card and came back 8 years later and said I planned her friend's wedding
You
and that she
see?
liked how I planned it and
You
that
see?
she had said that when she gets married that I'll plan her wedding. This was 8 years after.
Yes, now,
So
sis,
you are
20,
right about
I've
this
had a
event
job
which
for
is
my
safe.
2016 and a 2016 event that the client attended. 2016, the client still remembered and said, "You are the one, I've been keeping you in my head." So I think we should focus on the experience. All these trying to get little. There are some planners in this Nigeria that charge 10 million. Some planners in this Nigeria as we are speaking. So and they have jobs. So people should just relax, and they have the jobs and they are paying them well for their jobs. So I think that let's just focus on making sure that we make our crafts and build our craft in such a way that when clients reach out to us, they are coming with their full chest and they want to book you because of that experience that you have left. That memory they have of you from how spectacular or how amazing you were at a last event, and because of that they will pay you what you ask for.
Hmm.
Never undercharge yourself. Calculate your worth, your existence,
And put tax.
and put tax, like
Put
sis
that.
said earlier. Do you understand? So that, I think that's all for me.
Thank you
About
so
the
so
finance
much.
pieces, I think another area, another time, maybe if there's another planner that believes in that, we can hear our point of view. I think I also want to hear what that point of view is.
Mm.
Thank you so much. How do you guys feel about not how do you feel? When it comes to planning events, what do you guys say about are we safety let me help me here. Are we do we
Health and
um
safety.
yeah, say of the event itself and of us Laziba says she has to too and of us ourselves. What do you guys think of health and safety? So maybe we'll let Laziba say that before she leaves and she has
Okay.
to go to.
All right. So just quickly, I'll do my contributions so I can run off. I actually have another meeting that started 15 minutes ago. Okay, I'm very big on health and safety, and I will tell you why. I think it's also because of my background and my orientation. So I'd lived abroad for a period of my life, and anyone who lives abroad, you know that health and safety in hospitality, in your workplace, in anywhere abroad, especially, they're very big on it. That's why they don't play with, exit, ensuring that your houses have, the correct amount of exit. You have insurances. They're very sure that you don't have things that would, what you will call it, bring any form of accident along your path. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So I think because of that, I've sort of imbibed that culture of health and safety. And it shows even in the way that we deliver our events here. And when I say we, I mean Laziba. because health and safety is not really big here. It's now, more so now that a lot of event planners are working with corporate organizations, and they're now infusing that into the standard that they expect of us to deliver. But it's very key, it's very paramount. I think we need to call out venues here when it comes to health and safety protocols. A lot of venues are so lacking. It's unbelievable. We need to call out vendors, especially vendors that deal with a lot of electrical appliances and equipment.
And
Health and safety doesn't
firefighters,
even doesn't
fire
even
dressers.
exist in their book of their book of play. So I think it's something that we actually need to bring to the forefront of events. For example, I love what Harbor Point has done. They've added more exit doors, to their hall. Because, how can you have just those 1, 2, 3, 4 doors as entrances and exits in that entire mighty space? So I know sometime earlier this year, they created more doors. So that obviously people are calling them out, or people are speaking to their ears, and it's something that is slowly picking up. It's not where it should be yet. If I was to say, as event professionals, how many of us have insurances for our staff? That's something that is totally alien. Yet as decorators, as event planners, we're in a venue hours on end. We have our workers climbing ladders and climbing cranes and climbing scaffolding, and we cover them with the blood of Jesus. you, so it's something we really need to start to pay attention to. We need to. We need to. We need to. So, that's my take on it. I'm just going to run off before Bisola
Okay.
takes over. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having me. 5 o'clock till 8:15. Wow. I've had a
We knew
totally
planners
amazing
essence,
time.
like,
I've had an
Thank you.
amazing time. So
Thank
thank you,
you.
baby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Segi, for being on earlier. Thank you, Bisalam. Keep doing you. Keep doing what you do.
You
And thank
too.
you, everybody, for taking time out to join the platform tonight. It was absolutely amazing spending these past 3 hours with everyone. Take care, everyone. God bless.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
So Peter, I will just let you say
Okay,
this.
so
Yeah.
health and safety. She definitely said a lot of things that make sense. I'll also add, we event planners, we also need to take better. We need to take care of ourselves better, because there was a particular time where in my house, like, I literally felt my soul leaving my body. Like, I was just standing, and then I couldn't move. Like, I literally just had to lift my hand by and then bite. Like, it was as if I had to bite my hand to get back to my body. That's how bad it was. There was one time I thought that all I needed to do was just be walking, 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 walking. I didn't have time to take care of myself. Now I take care of myself. Oh, I go for my massage, I go for my spa time. I make sure that I just give myself that treatment, because when you go, guess what? They wire another person. Oh.
Yes.
That next day they will
Yes,
hire
so.
That
someone
next
else.
day they will.
So that's why I'm always saying, like, it's good to book events. If you want to do back to back, fantastic, but just check your health. Know what your capacity is. Remember, you've taken someone's money. You want to make sure you are giving them value. You cannot be that I'm always sick planner. So I will say that take some time to take care of yourself. Do your medical checks. Make sure that you are fine before you go and take someone's events, because you are all they have. They put their investments in you. So please make sure you are healthy enough. I'll say that one first. Event planners to start taking care of. Vendors too. Please take time to take care of yourself. We love all of you. You work hard. Take care of your health. Take care of your mindset. I feel like APOM should have sessions whereby you can have, like, just a time where you can, maybe, I don't know whether weekly or monthly, a talk to just calm you down, massage parlor. Like we can have like times like bonding sessions whereby plan that dedicated to planners and vendors to just wind down. I feel like it's the responsibility of one of these, one of you all to do something like that for we planners. Yeah, in quotes. Then outside the planners, I'll say venues. All this having back-to-back events without giving time for things to kind of simmer, like things to calm down. Let your AC at least have rest more. Let some of the cables relax. Let them, like, I feel like they get so booked back to back that sometimes the venues are running on, like, they are tired, their ACs are gone,
The toilets are
the
tired.
halls are stinky, because
Mm.
even the cleaners, you'll be begging them to come and work because they are tired.
Yeah.
You understand? So I feel like they need to find time to space out. I know that things are. I know how Nigeria is, and I get that some people are even trying to get their investment back. They spend so much money on getting their venues, but God forbid, if anything should happen to the building and it all goes down, what happens? That's even worse. So I feel like people need to just start doing more thinking on life and just having to make sure that they give avenues for safety. And then even some of these venues, you don't see anything, you don't see fire extinguishers, you don't see any areas where people can, we don't have any safety, anything that requires you to educate your guests on what
Mm.
to do, God forbid. Like, I feel like venues need to do better. We event planners too also need to do our findings on how to ensure that most of our events are properly secured, covering most of the cables that are, I mean, that sometimes you just have like naked wires about, it has to be a no whereby. And I like the fact that the Lagos State had those guys, the marshals that come. I mean, even though some of them, once you give them amala, they will be fine. But
That's
the
what.
ones that really do their work,
Mm.
they've been quite impactful because they've made a lot of people realize that you need to make sure that your events are safe. I remember one time when a client, or well, not my own client, someone shared petrol as a venue. Do you remember? I mean, from the gates, they should have even not allowed it happen, but they did not know better. So I think that there has to be more information about how to protect ourselves and our guests, and just so
We
that
gossiped
what
about
we can be healthy.
we gossiped about you last week. I just
Yeah.
remember.
The fire, I
Oh,
was going
okay.
to ask her.
Yeah,
The
we
fire
gossiped
thing.
about you. We
Yeah.
talked about the event
Fire.
where you brought a horse.
Uh-huh.
Which one?
The
We
one
had
that
an
you had a
event
fire
and a
dancer.
horse. No,
Oh,
but it was
yes.
a
Oh my
horse we
God.
talked about.
Is even the fire. So was there a fire extinguisher? I was going to ask you.
Oh, so
So
truthfully,
educate us.
I'm not going to come here and be all like, oh, I keep to, like, I'm not, I do now, I know to do better, especially when it comes to my heavy um effects at venues, because I don't want to have any disaster. I think more of these Lagos State Marshal and these safety people that come to the venues actually have made us sit up. It has helped me. I don't know about others. It has helped me to realize that I have to do more in terms of just making sure that my events are safe. I know sometimes it's good for those things to go out and trend and they look beautiful and they attract clients that want Vavavoom at their events. It looks really nice. But to be honest, I've learned one or two and I do better when it comes to safety. I'm not going to come here and say, oh, I used to do things in a safe way before. I've had moments where I did not have those things, and and that's not a good thing. I don't want to teach that to the upcoming. Yeah, but now I know better to definitely always make sure that my events are properly safe. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And thank you, Bisola, for
I
coming
enjoyed
on board.
myself. Oh, please. I'm looking forward to our events planner hangout in quotes. Let's come and speak our minds. Honestly, I think it's overdue. I think we should actually all meet.
I
I
was
think
actually
some people are
do
shy
that
to
in
come out, come
September.
forward. Some people are scared of cameras. Now everything is content. But we need to have serious conversations about really what's going on in our industry. Some of these things are hurting us. So, even all these things you've said, sis, someone doing things that they don't even know is wrong, it comes back to affect us, that we feel we are doing something that is right. Because that person has gone through that worst experience will now come and meet us and be giving us stress. So I feel like let's all come together and bond and let's speak. There's some people that also have things to say to you that they might not know how to say. They come and tell you, and let's just learn to live in unity. It might not be perfect, but at least I feel like there'll be a good to it. There'll be something good that will come out of it. I do believe that. I do believe that, and I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thanks for coming on board.
And
Like
whatever way
I,
I can support the industry, please,
no
I'm
problem.
here. Just let me
No
know.
problem. No
Yes,
problem.
yes.
So
Even if it's
like
to
I,
go and clean a venue, we can do something like that. We can all say one day, maybe one venue, everybody goes to like just go help out with something. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like we need to do more work internally on how to, just make sure that our industry is better. We owe it to ourselves.
okay. Thank you. Point noted. Like I said, everybody, those who have not joined an association should join. I say everyone should join APWEM. So you should join APWEM if you are not in APWEM. I say that. Thank you,
Join Aquem.
everyone. Yes, join
Yes.
APWEM. Thank you, KFA
Like,
Event, because KFA Event was one that started this whole conversation. So Kemi,
Yes, so
thank you for this. Thank you, Chinwe, the Diary of an Event, because been
yes.
she
sis,
has
you're not
been
reading
here.
your comments, so
She has been here. Chinwe has been here throughout. So thank you, everybody. It's
Wait,
not been
Molara, before
easy.
you go,
Yeah.
wait, before you go. There is a comment that I remember we had talked about that we didn't say. Planners pimping themselves. Bisola, what are your thoughts?
hey, I don't know about that one though. Jesus,
Oh my gosh.
how do they pin that? Sis, we need to hear stories. I need to hear that. See, me, I want to hear all these type of
No,
stories.
but
So
they've
I'm
been
really,
saying
Yes, so
they for a long time they've been
they've been
saying
saying,
planners that we pimp. And even
yeah,
that we especially it used to
groom,
happen in
they
a
sleep,
hotel a lot.
fathers of
Where
the
they
groom,
even
father
pimp
of the
ushers.
bride, they
Yeah.
pimp their
It used to
ushers,
happen. Yeah.
they sleep with security
oh
bouncers,
wow.
they have sex at
Oh
venues.
my God, no. So you see, we need the orientation has to come back. It affects everybody because see, when someone is saying that, it's enough for someone to say, please, I'm not hiring that planner. She's too fine, no. She's too fine. I'm not hiring her.
The
Meanwhile, me, I
only
just
ones
want to
who
come
are
and do
getting
my
that
job.
on.
What's my business? I beg go. No, but we need to have conversations around this. I will really like to hear like true life story like of someone that's experiencing, maybe even a client. Let us know. I'm interested, please. I want to hear. I'll
Yeah.
be hopping
And
on the live
Akita
to
says that it
hear
affects
stories.
planners because they see us as slots. So some people actually feel planners are,
Yeah.
that
No,
they are chef
no,
domicile.
no,
I don't know
please.
which one it is.
Someone that knows their work, that wants to build a legacy, that has a purpose. They built a brand. They believe in their brand and they go all out to their brand. Will never compromise their brand and do things like that. So, whoever these people are, it would be good to hear about them. But please know who you're hiring for your events. Do your findings. Some people are also very lazy. They just go and just pick. I don't even know how they do their pick their planners, But there are a lot of amazing planners out there. A lot. So many. So please do your findings and hire a very good, responsible, someone that has integrity, someone that you've heard good things about them and their brand. And I don't think you will regret it. So that's all I'll say.
Okay. Again, thank you, Bisola. The
All
people,
right
whether you're
then.
in the
Bye,
east,
sisters. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye.
yeah, I still say you guys should join APWEM, whether you're in the east of Nigeria, west of Nigeria, north of Nigeria. I still think you should join APWEM. APWEM is the place to be. APWEM will help you. So if you are here, you're in the event industry and you're not a part of APWEM, you are missing a lot. And I think you should join APWEM. So, Gbemi, what do you have to
Mola-
say before we close?
So there's a quick comment saying that people are asked to do this. Honestly, the struggle to do this, you have no idea, between our jobs, between our time and everything. But Molara and I are going to start a series, hopefully, It's
If we don't fight,
the
if we don't fight,
okay. If we don't fight, if we don't
yes,
fight,
because
because we also have
Remy is much of a
different
diva. She's a diva.
different views about different things, and who is a diva? Okay, I own it. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. So it's called the Event Circle. I believe we have an Instagram page and we have a YouTube page. All of these series have been loaded onto the YouTube channel. So for those that missed series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's on YouTube, and I'm sure at some point the advert and stuff will come out where you can log in. I don't know if it will be once a week, Sha. If Madam Diva doesn't fight.
Anyways, like she said, it's called the event circle. I don't know what we're doing in the event circle, but yeah, you can join our page. It's called the event circle, right? Is that what somebody said we should drop it? Um, drop what it is, the event circle. But to be honest, if you have any problems, if you have any issue in the event industry you like to talk about, if there's anything bothering you in the event industry, you can always reach out to Amy at Omega Events Company, or reach out to me at Just Weddings NG. If you have any issue, if you have any suggestion, we're here to make sure that the event industry grows. That's why we're here. And like I said, if you haven't joined Apwem, join Apwem. Apwem is the place to be. And you're joining Apwem so that you can have a family of events to belong to. So we would be expecting you. So that shall not fight. We fight all the
Someone
time.
said
Don't
that,
worry.
Sha.
We fight all the time. We fight. We fight every year. It's compulsory. We have to fight. But there's no way we're going to throw each other. Okay, so thank you everybody. It's been an amazing 10 episodes. Thank you so much for being part of us. Bye bye.